What's up, YouTube? It's Kelvin with 13th Ascension, back with another video. I wanted to bring this video to you because I mentioned it in my previous videos about Hollywood and how they have cryptic messages in their movies, and these messages are for you, chosen ones. You may not have known it. It's just been embedded in these movies, and some of you might have caught it, some of you maybe not, but yeah, Hollywood's been trying to tell y'all about yourselves for a long time, and I was kind of wanting to bring you at least 3 today, and that way you can kind of see what I'm talking about. And the reason why is because these movies are about you, and we're at a time where you need to know who you are. So further ado, I'll kind of let me get into the movies because I don't want this to get too long. But the first movie I would say is Divergent. I don't know if y'all have ever seen it, but it's about a girl named Triss, and she's well, first of all, she's from this city in Chicago. It's a futuristic city, but everybody, once they turn 16, they have to go through these tests, and these tests will basically let you know where do you stand, like what are you labeled as. All right, it puts a label on you. So you have 5 different factions. So you're going to have abnegation. That was going to be like for selflessness. You know, your selflessness, and then you have amity. That one's going to be you know, the peaceful. You're going to have candor. That's going to be the honest. Dauntless is going to be the brave, and then you'll have erudite, which is basically the intellectual. These 5 factions basically give you your place and where you belong in this futuristic city, because they put labels on you. But Triss is the main character, and she's none of them. She's what you call divergent. And divergent is basically you have all traits. And the governments of that you know, that movie, you're a threat if you're divergent, because you don't conform. You're almost like you got superpowers. You don't conform. The test that they give them, you know, you pass with flying colors, stuff like that. You're different, right? So that movie, I'm gonna leave at that. But yes, Triss was a divergent. You couldn't put a label on her, and she excelled in every test that they gave her, every one. Almost like she was an alien or something. She was different from everybody in the whole movie. And the powers that be were like, oh no, you can't be divergent. They'll kill you because you're, like I say, you don't fall into a certain category. So you're a threat to them. Okay, that's one movie. And I'll go back and explain this afterwards. But another movie is going to be Shazam. Okay, Shazam is about an ancient warrior champion named Shazam. And he basically has the keys to the 7 deadly sins, but he has them under a spell, and he's keeping them at bay from being unleashed onto the world. But he's getting older, you know, I don't know, 1,000 years old, however long he was on his reign, but he basically is getting older, and his spell is getting weaker because of his age. So he wants to pass the torch to somebody new, but whoever carries this torch is going to have to be pure at heart. Like, there's no other way. You have to be pure of heart to carry this torch. Y'all see where I'm going with this? You know, great power comes great responsibility. So he had 2 different candidates. One was a guy named Thaddeus, but this guy he had, you know, basically the 7 deadly sins in him. He was searching for greed, pride, you know, power. Basically, he wanted power for the wrong reasons, and he was turned down by Shazam because Shazam was like, no man, You have to be a pure soul to be able to harness his power. You know, he needs a champion, someone that will fight against evil and not let it go to their head. So he turned him away, and this guy ends up getting bitter, and he ends up being the villain of the movie. Well, the other guy that comes in, or other candidate, is Billy Batson. It's a little kid who, forgot how he found him, but he found the realm where Shazam was, and first time he seen him, he knew. He was like, "You're the one," you know. So he told him to hold the staff, and he would transfer his powers into him because he knew he was pure of heart and he could handle the responsibilities of having all that power. And y'all see where I'm going with this? You know, you can kind of see the resemblance, what I'm trying to tell you. And basically, he's going to be a beacon of light to the world against evil. And he has superpowers. He's given abilities. Okay. The other one I'm gonna say for last is Wreck-It Ralph. Okay. Wreck-It Ralph, which the story doesn't really even start until he, you know, this guy, he's a bad guy and he's tired of being bad and he wants to have a medal, you know, because he's tired of, you know, being the bad guy. He wants to be the good guy for once. So he goes rogue out of his game. He goes to another game called Candy Crush. And this is where the lesson in this movie starts. There's a little girl in there named Vanellope. And this girl is a glitch. And she's really quirky, really different. She dresses different from everybody else. She doesn't conform, as you would say. She glitches. So the game thinks she's an error because she's glitching back and forth. And nobody doesn't know, like, what's wrong with her. So they treat her like an outsider. They persecute her. They, you know, they treat her badly, basically. She's homeless. She's living under a volcano, like with a, you know, a cloak and some boards or something, you know, under like a little volcano. You got to see the movie. But yeah, she is basically insignificant in this game. And people don't like her because she's a glitch. Well, the king of the whole game, King Candy, is basically, he's an era of an older game called Turbo, and he was a racer that went rogue, and he came into Candy Crush and took the identity of King Candy. So because he was jealous, he took Vanellope's identity, like all of her code, and put it in this box and locked it up. And this is why she glitched, because all of her code was locked up in this like black box in the game. And so Penelope, the whole movie, she just got treated terribly, like terribly. And she was always down on herself because she's like, man, you know, you know, people treat me like crap. I don't know why, but she was very confident in herself. But she still, you know, she got treated badly. Well, long story short is, by the end of the movie, it turns out she was the queen of the whole game. She was the queen. Everybody treated her like crap. And she had to win this race for basically for everything to reset in the game. And when that happened, her code was, you know, I don't know the word. It was taken out of the box. I don't know, but yeah, the lock came out the box. Her code came back out, and her true identity was revealed. Right. So she ended up being the queen of the whole game, the main character. And then everybody had amnesia, and they were like, "Oh, we're so sorry that we treated you the way we did," and because they didn't know. Are y'all catching this? What I'm telling you? She was the queen of the whole game, but she was insignificant. Like, insignificant. So, the reason why I brought you those movies, and I'm telling you those movies, is because those movies are about you, Chosen. They're about you. You have been put under a spell. Okay? By his hand. He did it on purpose. He basically put you in families that he knew, because this world was corrupt, and the way that people were, he put you in families where he knew these spirits or demons, whatever, that are on people, that they would treat you badly. And they would treat you so badly that it would make you forget who you were. This is your story, Chosen. I know y'all know this. I'm not lying to you. You've been persecuted by people in your family, your friends. I mean, everybody's treated you like crap growing up. And they've tried to exalt themselves over you. They wanted to be you. They're trying to make you feel like you weren't you. But it's not them. It's their demons. So we battle not with flesh. Not with flesh. And they don't know they're doing it. It's their demons. Okay? They're the spirits that are on them. Negative spirits. So I say that to say this. She was the whole queen of the game, and she had the chance to kill the girls that did her bad, but she didn't, because she was pure at heart. So getting back to what I was saying is, guys, you've had amnesia. It was a plan by God, because he was trying to show people who you guys are and who you were. So he put you through these motions, and for like years, your whole life, you've been treated like crap, you know. But God knew you were going to pull through. He knew you were going to pull through. That's what the Holy Spirit is. It gives you strength. Like you can get back up every single time you get knocked down. That's the Holy Spirit. People that don't have that, they will go insane. They will go insane. You know, commit certain acts on themselves, off themselves, whatever you want to call it. Like, people can't take persecution. People can't take, you know, the shame and the ridicule, the persecution that you have. So, but God knew you were going to do that. He knew it. That's why you were born into these families. And not to say you should love your family, because they're your family. But he did it to teach everybody a lesson. A lesson, and to get them in the end. Hopefully, to get more souls in the end. Because what he did is he allowed them to persecute you. He allowed them to do you any type of way. Until 2020. Now, when 2020 came in, y'all, this turned around. Like, I was like, okay, you know, basically the biblical, everything in the Bible is coming to pass now, right? And we've read it for years, but now in this life, and this has been 400 plus years of this matrix that's been veiled over us. And you know, how many lives has been since then, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5, I don't know. But all I'm saying is that you are now in the time where God is now switching it. Hence the shift. 2020 was the shift. And it's shifting into 2021, and it's going to shift into 2022. So during this time now, you have to understand who you are. And that's why I gave you those movies. Because, like I said, you have Divergent. Guys, I know y'all know you can't be put into a label. You have attributes from every different label. Somebody try to label you. You can't be put into a label. You're different. That's because you're God's chosen. Okay? Don't try to fit in. You can't. Especially now with everything the way it is now. You're going to stick out like a sore thumb. And there's a reason for that. Okay? You cannot fit in. You have too many qualities about you. Everybody else are either sheep or wolves. They can't. They're one or the other. You are a multi-dimensional being. You have attributes from everywhere. You have gifts. Okay? Divergent. Okay? That's what Trish was. He was scared of her because she couldn't be put into a label. She had gifts. She could pass every single test that was given to her. I mean, faster than anybody else. Okay? Like I said, Shazam, you're going to be an old soul 9 times out of 10, chosen ones, or you're going to be a pure soul. Those two, you're going to be old soul and you're going to be a pure soul. And what that means is that God saw your soul before you were born into your family. He's like, I knew you. So He knew your heart. He knew what was inside. He knew that, yes, you're going to have a human experience here on this earth realm. But no matter what happens to you, no matter how much sin you get into, or how much trouble you get into in these human experiences, he knows your heart, and he knows that you would come back to him. So that makes you a pure soul. Now, most people, like I said, they can get caught up in this world and become a statistic and sell their soul, and they would never come back to God. So he picked you because you were the pure hearted, you were a pure soul. Okay? So Shazam, pure soul. Light barrier. Fight against evil. That's you, chosen ones. Okay? Y'all catching this? That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all have to catch it. And Wreck-It Ralph, okay? Penelope, she was the insignificant one. She was the one treated, persecuted, had amnesia, didn't know who she was. Turns out she's the queen of the whole game. Kings and queens, y'all hearing me? These movies are about you. They're about you. So you need to understand who you are, because now the time is now that where you need to come out. You have to come out, because God is going to push you out if you don't. It's been written. This time you were born for this moment. You have this moment laid out for you. God now is about to punish this earth, and he's going to exalt you for his glory. Why? Because he wants to save as many people as possible. That's how much love he has for people. No matter how bad they did you wrong, or how bad of what they done, he still loves all of us. Now, don't get me wrong. People have a choice, and this is going to be the choice. You are the chosen one. You are Christ. You are of the Father. He is in you. You're him. He exalts himself in your heart. So when you walk and you have that energy, and people treat you, you notice people are treating you different, that's because they see him. They see God. They see Yeshua. That's why you don't fit in. But your time is now, chosen ones. Like, you have been through a long period of persecution. You have a long period of amnesia. And it had to happen that way because he's going to use you now. Your time's now. Like that, the 400 years of this veil that's been going on is gone. It's crumbling. Now the shift happens. Your time is now. And it's like he's up in heaven. He has these keys. And he has nothing but lockers. They're big lockers. They ain't like little small lockers. They're like lockers the size of houses and gymnasiums. That's how big these lockers are. And he's got keys to a whole bunch of them. And basically what he did, he sent his servant up there. He said, hey, go and get all the keys and bring them down here. And sit them down here by the throne. Let me just sit, and we got to watch. And basically he's going to wait for you, because he's promised you accolades of blessings, accolades of prosperity and abundance, more than you will be able to handle. And the reason why he's going to do this is because he's trying to save everybody. God is very smart. He knows what he's doing. But at the same time, like I said, everybody's, no matter how, there's people that's still going to hate on you. And that's what you can't worry about. You can't worry about that no more. Your time is now, chosen ones. He's ready to give you all that he has promised you. But you now have to get up, carry your cross, and walk with him. You have to now look at life. You have to say, hey, there's this path over here. It's kind of broad. Everybody's on that path. Yeah, you know. And then you have to look over here, and you see your creator. But it's a very narrow path. But on that narrow path comes blessings more than you can ever imagine. Blessings more than the people that know you will ever imagine. The people that don't know you will ever imagine. Your name will be exalted because he has promised you that. But you have to take up your cross. You have to go. And the time is now. It was no other time but now. You couldn't have done it 2 years ago. You couldn't have done it 3 years ago, 10 years ago. It is now. The shift is happening. This is your time now, chosen ones. And that's why I'm talking to you. I told you I'm going to bring you personal testimonials here, and this is what I'm doing. I'm trying to give you creative ways to help make this resonate with y'all, because your time, you're about to live a life of peace, a life of prosperity. I mean, love and oh man, you just have to choose. And if you don't choose, guess what? He's going to push you. He's going to push you into choosing. He's going to make you do it because it's written. But you have the option to speed it up, because now the shift has happened in 2020. So it's only been a year. So you can get this now, or you can get this 5 years from now. It's your choice. But know that you're going to suffer along with this world, if you tend to, prolong any longer. Because like I said, this world's not going to get better. It has to go bad. It has to bring pain to people. That's the only way they're going to get it, because everybody's been living their high lives and doing everything that they're not supposed to be doing. And I'm not here to preach. I'm not religious. Y'all, I haven't been in church in 10 years, y'all. I'm just telling you what I know. It's always been in here. It's always been in here. So if you want that life of glory, that life, like I'm not talking about just a house and a car. I'm talking accolades of blessings, y'all. I mean, it's going to make your mouth drop. It's going to make the people their mouth drop. Everywhere you go, people are going to know you. Don't y'all want that? Don't y'all? I mean, for the ones that like power, isn't that a good feeling? That you're going to be royalty on this earth, as it is in heaven. So my job is to help you understand. And I'm going to, as I said, this is a journey. This is a journey, y'all. I'm learning more and more every day. And I have the gift and the creativity, the ways to bring it to you, to hopefully it resonates with you, so your time is now, chosen ones. You have the option to start living your best life now, today. You just got to pick up your cross and go. Put your blinders on and go. You suffered I don't know how long. Would you want to suffer some more? Y'all want to suffer more? Is that what you need? You need to suffer some more? Or do you want that life of a king and a queen? Because there's chosen queens, there's chosen kings. And it's time. Like he's ready. He's like he's ready, y'all. Like, oh man, come seek me so I can unlock these lockers. Y'all sitting here, y'all messing around. Huh? And see what he's gonna do. It's not gonna happen. See, a lot of people are scared because they're thinking, okay, I gotta drop everything. No, you just have to seek him. Just start going down that narrow path. Just start walking down there. You can walk slow, as slow as you want to. Trust me, you walk down that path long, no, you're gonna start running. But just start slowly. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to drop everything. I mean, I'm sure God would like to say, yes, you do. It would be nice, but he knows you're human. You're in a human form here. There is sin on this earth. He knows that. All you gotta do is just walk. And when you walk, like I said, every day you walk with him, he'll chip away at all your faults. You won't even know it. Repetition. Just keep walking. So, I'm not trying to get this too long. I just wanted to let y'all know that chosen ones, please, your time is now. You want the suffering to stop. You want to have that life you always wanted. Your time is now. He's ready. He's ready, man. I'm hearing so many keys jingling up there. Like there's a bunch. He's ready. He wants to, drop all these blessings. And what he's going to do, like I said, if you walk down there, he's going to give you a little bit. You walk down there, say you walk a mile. He's going to open one locker. Boom, dropping that. Boom. With that, it's going to show you how much he loves you. And then you are going to glorify his name. So guess what you're going to do again? You're going to start jogging. Oh man, he jogged 3 miles. Hey, give me that big key. Drop him that. Okay. It's going to get to a point where you're probably going to burst in tears of the blessings you're getting. And the more you keep walking for him and living for him. So again, you don't have to change overnight. This is not about that. This is just about choosing a path and not staying stagnant in this world suffering like you have done your whole life, like I've done. I mean, we're all chosen ones, but we all have soul missions on this earth we have to do. We have to. They're ordained. It's written. You've got a mission. So now you need to seek that mission and find out what it is you to do. Like I said, there's going to be a switch. Some of y'all going to be teachers because, you know, there's a lot of information being put out there right now that, you know, ain't making him happy. You got it. Some of y'all going to have to start teaching the truths in these schools. You know, some of y'all going to be put up in the higher places. It's going to be a lot, y'all, and I can't really, I don't know everybody's destination, right? But I just know that with this walk, if you choose to go and walk down that road, your pain is going to stop, just vanish. He's going to, that is a promise to you. He wants you to live a passionate, kind, loving. I mean, he wants you to feel all of the greatness in this world that you haven't. So why suffer anymore? Okay? And that's my message, y'all. I'm like I said, I wanted to bring those movies, and like I said, you remember those three movies, Divergent, Shazam, and Wreck-It Ralph. And there are more. Of course, you know, the major one, Neo, and The Matrix. Like there's more than that, but these movies are underlining tones and trying to tell you who you are. And what I'm trying to tell you is that it is your time now, chosen ones. Be who you're meant to be. Be the light in this world. Change this world for the better, and have your name exalted over everybody, and love the power that comes from that. He wants you to love that. It's all, yeah. Feel good about that. Don't let it go to your head. But no, you are, man, you're going to be a king. You want y'all to know what a king is? Y'all know what a queen is? Everybody else is about to go through some hard times. You can choose to join them, or you can choose to rise above and be a beacon of light to this world, and have everybody praise you. So that's my lesson today. Like, and that's what I can give to you. I want y'all to know who you are. This is not a game anymore. If y'all don't see what's going on, there's a reason why this stuff is going on. And then honestly, there's a catalyst to it, or there's a marker with all this that's going on. And that marker is that the chosen ones have been revealed, and it is now time for them to walk and to be who they are. There's a reason why you couldn't be who you were in the past. It wasn't meant for you to be. Granted, I'll give you my story real quick, and I'm gonna let you go, y'all. I ended up homeless here in Atlanta, right? And during this time that I was homeless, I was living in a low efficiency, and this efficiency was, I had to pay $80 a day, and I was homeless. I mean, I had no money, and I was working at Cracker Barrels. So I literally had to take $300 a week job and flip that on eBay to make my rent, and go from there to, well, I'm getting ahead of myself. When I was there and I was crying my eyes out, I basically cried to God and asked why did that happen. What happened? I'll tell you this on another day because it's a long story. But I ended up homeless, and God basically started talking to me, and I'll have this in another video called God's Language. And when he talked to me, he basically told me to get to work. Tell me what you want, and I'll keep you above water. I'll get you back where you need to be. Because I had $1 million job, y'all, and it was taken away from me like that through jealousy and envy. That's all I'll say. But I mean, I started from nothing in efficiency, like a day away from being homeless, and God started talking to me. So I started this website, and this website, within 3 months or 4 months, let's say 4 months, it was the #1 website in Atlanta. I'm talking paid ads, maps, organic. 1 Position one, position one, position one. When I tell you I went from being nearly homeless to making over 200 a year, believe it, y'all. And I did that for nearly 12 years. And it was great, but it was still not what God wanted for me. He just did it because there were some people that went against me. He wanted to show them, y'all can't do that to my son. Still wasn't what he wanted to give me, because I was unhappy. It wasn't what I wanted to do. It was just something that I had to do to get going, because I ended up homeless being around some people that I thought that, had my best interests. So he rose me up, and I'm talking, I was head of Atlanta for the last 12 years, nearly 12 years. But when the pandemic hit, I lost 80% of that business. And I was like, well, why? God, if you give me something, it's supposed to, no one can take it away. What are you doing? Why are you taking, And I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. I was working 6 days a week. And granted, yes, I made great money. I haven't been out and seen the world much. I've been on a little bit of vacations. The dating life scene was definitely good, because I'm a businessman, just like most. Y'all know what's going on. I'm not trying to, boast or anything, but I had no life. I worked all the time. And I told guys, I've been telling them through the years that I'm tired. I don't want to keep doing this. What's good at having all this money if I can't, spend it or even relax or even be in a relationship? Because I started my business from cash to making over 200 a year. So when it got taken, I was like, well, something's not right. What are you doing? Well, I looked online, my business disappeared. Y'all, and I'm not lying to you. It disappeared. I had over 150 reviews, and they were all 5-star. And when I tell you, this business, it made me the type of money that I just said. It made me that type of money just from having a Google page that was having 5-star reviews. Y'all, when I tell you that page disappeared, it disappeared. And I called Google. I called everybody. Where's my page? My business dropped. I was like, oh man, what's going on? Don't you know when God wants you to go somewhere, he will push you? And that's what I'm trying to tell you. I was going through this pandemic like, oh yeah, because I was still making like 30, 40 a year. I'm like, it wasn't 200, but I can do 30, 40, still pay my bills. I was like, man, you're still not getting it. Your time is coming. I'm going to push you. All right, you ain't listening. You trying to settle for 40? Okay, I'm gonna take it. And that's what he did. He took it to the point where I was like, oh man, I ain't got nothing now. Got some money in the bank. That's dwindling down because it ain't coming in nowhere near as fast as it was spending, all the bills that I had. Okay, so I started getting messages, and they started coming like nobody's business. And I knew God was pushing me. It's like, okay, yeah, I had to change course with you, because you've still been unhappy, still trying to make that work when I've got accolades over here for you. I did that just to get you back where you were, because you were struggling. You were in a hurt place, a fallen place. You were hurt. Plus, I had to prove to some of your people that was around you that, listen, I've got you. But that ain't nothing what I've got for you. And that's what it is. So he's telling me this is what I had to do. I quit my job, y'all. This is full time for me. And that's what I'm doing. I'm bringing my gifts to you and telling y'all this stuff in a different way that hopefully it resonates with you, because this is my gift. This is my gift to help you see things in a different way. Every lesson that I bring you is going to have a personal, creative way that it's going to be presented to you. So I tell y'all this, that you can choose today and start walking your path and start receiving your blessings, or you can wait. You're covered. But it's not going to be a happy covering. It's going to be like, all right, I'll save you, but you definitely going to suffer. Okay, so I'm telling you now, take that narrow road and go. Just walk down it. You don't have to give it all up. Trust me, it's gonna fall off of you. You ain't even gonna know it. You just have to walk down the road. So guys, that's my lesson today. I hope this resonates with y'all. Listen, y'all, I'm trying to get better with this. I'm trying to get better with my speech, everything. I want to be able to come on here and convey this to you. And like I said, if this resonates with y'all, guys, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know that this is touching you. Let me know that these things are resonating and you're feeling it, because I get to bring you more content. Number one, it helps with YouTube's algorithm, and it helps me understand you better. So like I said, hopefully this resonates with you. Hopefully I touched you in some way, and that you definitely get off of here and be like, wow, he definitely has a gift for this. And I want to keep, this is going to be a journey, y'all. I've got more and more and more. I'm going to keep bringing it to you, okay? So all I can say is, be Triss from Divergent, be Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph, or be Billy Batson from Shazam. They're all about you. All those characters are about you. Or be Neo, whichever one you want to be. These people are telling you who you are, and I am telling you, your time is now. Guys, I love you. See you in the next video.